So I'm an investor, and it's always critical to get the questions right. And that question is interesting to me because no one's been asking it. So let's think about the questions we've been asking. Is it going to be big? I think we'd all raise hands. This is going to be big. Is there enough money around to do it? I was riding up the HKMA elevator, and the little TV screen said, you know, investors clamoring to get an AI. I'm not worried about money. You're right, Bruce. They've got $40 billion or $20 billion market cap. They can borrow $2 billion to do data centers if they need to do it. And is there going to be a bubble? We've asked that 5 times. Of course there's going to be a bubble. There is in every major. The idea that the market would totally land this perfectly is of course wrong. But here are the questions that are much on my mind. The sheer physicality of this, as you're talking about. So the biggest thing in real estate right now is Jamie Dimon's new headquarters. $3 billion in New York, it's taken 10 years, articles everywhere. I'm sure you guys are doing the same thing. We have one project in Texas that is $40 billion that we're spending in the next 3 years. No one's written a single article about it. How is that going to happen? Or if you go to the high level, the 10 biggest energy companies in the world outside of Aramco are $2 trillion. Data center spending over the next 3 years is going to be $2 trillion. If data is the new oil, we've got to remake the entire energy business in the next 3, like, how is that going to happen? And the question, I don't have a good answer, but if you ask that question, if you figure out how that's going to happen, there is massive opportunity. The second question behind that, though, that no one's asking is, like, who's going to do this? All of you are looking for AI advisors. I moved in high school. The first people who want to be your friends are not the people you want to be friends with. If they are advising you and they're really good, they should be in San Francisco, because I can tell you that's where it's happening. There's $200 million pay package if you really understand. Likewise, you guys know there isn't the human capital to build a lot of these data centers. They were just hook it into the energy, hook it into the trunk. Like, these are total, we're building massive energy malls. There's only a few people around the world that these large hyperscalers are going to trust to do it. And then, are you even thinking about it right? We tend to think by asset class. To understand what's going on, you've got to have technology, you got to have chips, you got to have services, you got to have a supply chain. So this is a massively complicated set of questions. And we keep asking the same question over and over again, where the benefit is going to be in these questions that were maybe not even asked. So if you go away from this, I hope you'll actually take some questions home with you, because I certainly don't know the answer, but one of the great techniques in investing is to buy complexity and sell simplicity. So if we can buy the complexity of this market and figure out the simple answers, that's the key.
Great, and we all knew that, energy is a key bottleneck of that AI ramp up, right? So Jim, when TPG Rise gets set up, you talk about green transitions, new energy investment. Clearly, with the tremendous growth of AI demand, you're not just looking at new energy anymore, right? So